All right, so a couple weeks ago on the last episode, we talked about a couple of new records that came out in our sphere in East Texas and Western Louisiana with Nick Brumley, Heather Little, and Blacktop Mojo. And another person that I am a huge fan of has recently released a new song. And the song is called Red Light. It's by a friend of mine named Walter Lee. Have you ever met Walter?
I have not, and I've heard of him, but I've never heard his music. This was my first go at it.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah, so interesting take on that. I thought you would like that. I figured you'd be excited that this was my first introduction. But so I'm okay, going from country to rock, right? And I'm a rock artist. The in between is like a weird thing for me because I want to like it, but I also want to not like it at the same time. But I did enjoy it, and it had really good lyrics, and the production was incredible, and he has a really good voice.
Oh my gosh, man. There's so much about Walter Lee. Where do I
I would
start?
love to like see him, like go
So,
see him
you've
live.
heard of Rocket Queen?
Yeah.
So, Rocket Queen is Walter Lee.
Oh, okay, got it. That's all you had to say,
Yep.
because I loved Rocket Cream.
Yeah.
Cream, huh?
Rocket
Rocket
Queen? Oh
Queen.
my god, not Rocket Queen. They're on tour with Path of Totality and periodical cicadas, Rocket Queen. No, we are talking about Rocket Queen.
Queen,
Walter
God, if
Lee,
I can speak.
and Walter Lee is the frontman, founder,
Yeah,
and
the vocalist.
vocalist of
Okay.
Rocket Queen.
So now that weirds me out even more.
It should, because this new song is so far, in my opinion, from what Rocket Queen gave to us over the years. Which, in my opinion, I'm not well versed in this. I do a lot of nodding. See the previous topic. But it was very 90s rock, very progressive. Kind of reminded
Yeah.
me of like
I,
glam metal, hair metal, kind of Def
I think
Leppard.
I have an old Rocket Queen shirt somewhere. Cause I remember I used to be nuts about Rocket Queen when I was like 11, 12. When I first really started getting like the East Texas kind of
Mm-hmm.
scene and stuff. I was obsessed, and I would see that and I would see like Chaz. I love Chaz. He's
Chaz
a
is
cool guy.
amazing. Are you kidding? I love Chaz, man.
So
First,
I was like tweaked out about them constantly.
yep.
God, I haven't seen it forever, but I know there's a shirt somewhere. I know.
Now you're gonna have to find it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll have him on social media too. I was like, man, I know who this is, but I don't think maybe once or twice, but I don't think we've ever like talked or anything.
So
So
for a long time, when I started streaming, this is funny. I'm sure you know Victims of Sanity too, right?
yeah,
Okay, so Jeremiah, who was one of their guitarists, had a desk, and I desperately needed like an L desk for my
yeah.
streaming. I wanted to have an L desk for my streaming setup when I streamed on Twitch. And so I put out a message, does anybody have a desk for free or cheap because I'm poor? And Jeremiah was like, yeah, I have a desk. And so we had to go down and pick it up. I forget where we went to get it, but we went and got it. And he says, by the way, a little trivia about this desk. This was actually previously owned by Walter Lee. And I was like, no way! Like, I'm such a big Walter Lee fan. Like, huge. So,
Yeah.
like, I used to
Well,
say
that
that,
changes the whole thing for me now.
yeah, it does me too. Because, like, again, very, very glam metal, prog rock, prog metal. I'm not sure the terminology. I know what it
Kind of
reminds me
like,
of. Motley
I mean,
Crue. Like,
no, don't do that to them. Um,
well, you know what I mean from that era.
don't,
That era.
yeah, like don't do that to Rocket Queen.
No, they're much better than Motley Crue. But from that era, like that style of music is what like the first
That
record
could be a
reminded me of.
topic next time. Is Motley
Motley Crue, okay, we'll put it down. Motley Crue. Oh god. Anyway, back on topic.
that I man that literally I listen. I have like God, what's that album that that I Hate You is on.
It's
The
since you've
like
been
the
gone.
fire.
Since you've been
Yeah,
gone, I believe
I
is
have
the name of the
the
record.
whole album saved. I've
Yes, me
had it
too.
saved for years.
I have I have it signed here on the wall somewhere.
Oh
Trust that.
man.
Trust that. Yeah, it's called. Actually, the name of the record is "Good Night, California," but
That's what it is. Yep.
yeah, "Since You've Been Gone" is on the record though,
Yeah.
and so is "I Hate You," which is a great freaking song, by the way.
That was the first song I ever heard of theirs, and I was instantly
So
like,
good.
"Ooh, I like it."
I
Yeah.
remember the first time I met Chaz. I think Chaz was the first person I met from Rocket Queen. He was doing the Tyler Comic Con,
Oh yeah.
and I think he was. I don't know if he was like a celebrity judge for something or something out there. And I remember I used to do these crazy little videos like pre TikTok. Right, this is before TikTok,
Mhm.
and like outside of the conference hall or whatever the hell it was called. Like outside of the building, they had like this big display with nothing but white pumpkins in it.
Okay.
Okay, I know. Trust me, the context is important, right? So I says to my wife, I handed her my phone. I said, okay, I just need you to press play or record. Just push record and point the camera at me, point the phone at me, right? So I get down because the display is kind of low, right? And I'm like down on my hands and not down on my hands and knees, but I'm like crouched, like Steve Irwin, right? Crocodile Hunter. And she says that she's recording, and I'm like, guys, the White Pumpkins are out here. They're opening up for Rocket Queen tonight at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss this event. Oh my God, it's the White Pumpkins. And then, like, she cut it. I know, you had to be there. It was so funny. Like, we had people walking around us and shit. And Chaz walked by me as I was doing this little video. Right? Again,
Mhm.
pre-TikTok. This would have been a perfect TikTok video. But he was like,
Definitely.
I'm Chaz. I'm the bassist with Rocket Queen. I'm like, you're not. You are absolutely
Perfect
not.
timing.
He was super sweet though. Like we did a little interview and stuff like that. Because I think the reason why I was out there is because I was trying to do those promo videos that we used to
Hmm.
do for the ETX Music
Yeah.
Awards. Right? Like we would have somebody just say, "Hey, I'm nominated for such and such. You should vote for me at etxmusic.com." Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Remember all those videos we used to do?
Yes.
I think that's why I was out there. But
Probably.
White Pumpkins opening for Periodical Cicada. What's up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So back on track, guys. This is gonna happen a lot.
A lot.
It's just gonna.
Yeah. If you
It is.
can't tell, this is episode 3 now. If you can't tell, it's a reoccurring problem.
It's never gonna stop. So anyway, um, personally speaking, as a humongous Rocket Queen fan, anytime I hear that Walter Lee is releasing or working on new music, whether it's for Rocket Queen or under his own name, or he produces music for other bands like Panic Device, which is
Yeah.
a Tyler band who Walter is heavily involved with, I just get so stinking excited because Walter is, in my opinion, one of the most talented mother flowers in this area, in my opinion.
I didn't realize he produced either. A lot of people are getting into that these days, but that song was great produced.
He's
Like,
been doing it a
really
long,
good.
long time. Long time he's been
Yeah.
producing his own stuff and others as well. I like the song because not only of its style, which I'll get into a little bit more in a minute. In fact, the style is what most people who know me would say is probably what I wouldn't like about it. But I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain why I do like it. Um, but the first thing I noticed about the song is it's got an uplifting message. It's a positive song.
Yeah.
There are so many negative songs nowadays, and it's really quite enlightening to hear a song that has a message that's actually trying to help people. What a
Yep.
concept! What do you,
Crazy thing to hear about in America.
have you heard the song, Katie?
Yes, I went and listened to it earlier.
Yeah, I like it a
No,
lot.
I couldn't sit here and look. If we ever talk about talking about something and I don't, if it's a song and I don't at least go listen to it, smack me upside the head. That would be so awful.
So just so we're clear, I'm already trusting you to do all of those things, obviously, and you are with me as well. We are both trusting the other one to do their part on this, so that way neither one of us looks like the Aflac duck looking at the camera like, was I supposed to do that? I was supposed to listen to the song? You didn't tell me I was supposed to listen to the
I thought we
song.
were just talking about
We
it.
were just going to talk about the red light. What do you mean? No, but great uplifting message, trying to help people out. Basically, the premise of the song is don't let the red light stop you, essentially. Push
Yeah.
through, keep going, keep living. I talked about the style of the song. There are a lot of people out there trying to blend country music with rock and roll. It's been happening for 50 years. It'll keep happening. This is a really, really, really good mixture, in my opinion, of country music and rock and roll. It has a lot of vibes from modern country. It still has the Rocket Queen vibes of 90s rock. If there was a perfect blend of rock and country, this song is really close to that.
I do like it. Yeah. I like I said, and I find the in between with really any genre. I mean, like whether that comes to like now I don't really listen to country much these days, but whether that comes to like country and pop or country and rap or that kind of thing, I'm very on the fence about. But country and rock, like you said, over forever, there's always been a little common thing there, and like people go kind of back and forth or float in between. I mean, Leonard Skinner is a great example of that, and they were huge, huge. And
Well,
I mean,
you think about all the rock bands from that same era that you're talking about.
exactly, and
Leonard
they all
Skinner,
like
Creedence,
Eagles.
Eagles, so many.
Yeah,
Led Zeppelin. I
yeah,
mean, there's so
and
many that you
Eagles
could
even.
look at it now and you're just like, oh wow, there's a lot of country in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of rock that wasn't really rock,
Yeah, I know.
but so it's really just. I mean, honestly, I wonder sometimes why we even have these umbrellas, but I do think it's kind of cool in these instances, and I do think it was pulled off really well, and it was balanced really well.
I used to care about genre a lot.
Yeah,
Like it would hurt me, like physically hurt me if an artist that I liked would do a pop country song
yeah,
or mix genres, and I'm here to tell you in my old age that I was wrong. I was
yeah,
wrong because from before I was even around, the mixture of genres has been happening. From before Lynn was thought of, from before Boston Chris was thought of, genres have been mixing forever. And for some reason, all of a sudden, in the 21st century, genre has become super important to people to where we are literally fighting, like viciously, physically fighting over genre. I
I
don't.
agree.
I,
So with me, I'm a big rock gal, but
of
I'm
course.
not just a big rock gal. I'm a big metal gal, and when you get into metal, the genres and subgenres do matter a lot, and there's very defining
Right.
factors.
And
So
that's
me and
where I
my
just
brain
start
works.
nodding. See, this is me nodding.
Yeah, don't look. It's like if you've never seen anything like it if you start going through all the subgenres of metal. But that's how my brain functions. Like everything has its spot. This is
Right.
you, you're over here. But I am learning to enjoy and get past that.
So here's the
But
question. Here's the
learning.
question on that. The first thing that pops into my mind from somebody who's versed in knowing subgenres of metal music, when
Hmm.
somebody takes the plunge and tries to combine two of those subgenres, and they do a good job, does it or does it not blow your fucking mind?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So is it
I mean,
not worth it then? Is it worth it?
it's not.
I think it's worth it, right?
I do. I
Because,
do.
I
I
mean,
agree.
what you're doing, it's risky, obviously. It's a risk. But if you
And
pull it off, you become transcendental. And that's a big word, in not just in amount of syllables, but also in meaning.
yeah, when I really like started, I've been listening to heavy metal since I remember on America's Got Talent. I was talking with this producer that I love so much, and I showed him one of my favorite songs, and he got scared. And
Mm-hmm.
so I've been a little metalhead for a long time. And I remember when I first really got into it, I would not, and this is going to be funny to you, would not listen to like heavy metal music if they were singing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like only like if you're gonna be screaming, you can only scream, or like you can sing and like throw in a little scream here and there. But I would not listen to it. I would hate it regardless. And I mean, a lot of metal's the
So
big thing with
you
that
didn't
kind of thing.
like so you didn't like when screamo was used as a accessory, essentially.
No, I liked when it was used as an accessory. I didn't like when only screamo like they brought vocals into it.
Okay.
So like the
So you
opposite
so
you
you
would think.
didn't like when the entire song was screaming or the entire song was just vocals. You liked a mixture of that.
No, I hated the mixture. I only wanted screaming or only
Or so you only
vocals.
wanted one or the other. So
Yeah,
that's what I mean by like screamo as an accessory. So like a lot of songs
yeah.
that I've heard will be like melodic and super,
And
pretty,
I
and then
hated
all of a
that.
sudden, rah, 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 rah. So you didn't like
And I'm
that.
all about it now.
Okay,
Now I do still float to the only screaming a lot, a lot.
right.
But just because I really like heavy chuggy chugs, and that's usually where you find it. That's just where you find it.
what did you just say?
Heavy chuggy chugs.
Okay, fair
Like, you
enough.
know,
Is that a
chug.
genre?
It is in my brain. It's Katie's genre. I'll introduce you to stuff. I'll send you my playlist.
Yeah, please do. I'm interested in that. I think when somebody, I think that adds flavor to some songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
I like when a song, like you
The
talk about
Beatles
metal.
did it.
Oh, the Beatles were phenomenal at that. Like, just
Yeah.
like serenading you and then making you want to like kill somebody in the same song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if done
Absolutely.
right, it's perfect. I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
making you feel something, and that's what matters, right? We talked about that
Yep.
episode 1. Feel something, don't think something.
Yep.
Feel, don't think. Yeah. Walter Lee, the new song is Red Light. I'm going to put a link
Go
in the
check it out.
description. Absolutely. I'm going to go there. I'm going to say, here is my quote in case Walter Lee sees this and wants to use it. Probably never will, but you never know. My quote is, this is pretty dang close to the perfect blend of country and rock. That's really
Hmm.
hard to accomplish. I hear a lot of attempts at it. I listen
Hmm.
to a lot of music. Um, Walter Lee is one of those artists who not only am I incredibly humble to have met the guy and know the guy, super awesome guy, but he is one of those guys, artists. I don't want to say guy because there's girls as well that I feel this way about. That I honestly I don't understand how the music business can be fair to everybody when there's talented people like Walter Lee that are struggling to get their art out there and be seen and
Yep.
heard. Because I don't know too many people that are more talented than Walter Lee at what he does. So it only makes sense to me that the music business must be unfair in some way.
Always.
You know,
In more than one way.
lots of ways, lots of ways.
We've we've touched on a few.
We have, and there'll be a few more, I'm sure, down the road.